channel. This is Beyond Authentic Health and Beauty, where we are documenting our slimming world journey and beyond. I'm Lisa.
I'm Rufus.
And today is a car vlog, as you can see, because we are in the car. And it's our weekly update for Slimming World, letting you all know how we got on this week. So if you don't know already, we filmed this on the Wednesday evening, don't we, when we've come out of group. So literally we've just this second left our group. We're still parked up here.
I don't know what week this is.
12 I think. 11 or 12, yeah, something like that. So do you want to go first?
I think I've eaten pretty much what I ate last week as well. I think that's quite routine. I think what we're eating at the moment. But maybe a bit of saucy sauce in a sandwich, or
mustard in a sandwich, which it's half a thing.
It's sweetened mustard, isn't it? That mustard I've been using, it's like the American mustard.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's got sugar.
Yeah, so we've got to sin that. You've got to sin your mustard.
So, but apart from that, that's pretty much it, I think. Just a regular week.
Yep.
Used my sins and had bread. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
So, do you want to tell the lovely people, our lovely sub club, what you did this week?
That was a surprise.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Well, as we were walking in the front door, you said, "Oh, I might have lost a pound." And I said to you, "No, I think you've lost more than that. I think you've lost more than that." So that also means that you did come in today with an award.
I did.
Which is your 2.5 stone award. There you go. So you've got that today. And then you did come in with another award today. Slimmer of the week. So yeah, and once again, he didn't accept the basket, but I did take the magnet because we like the magnets.
What was it? Was it peas pudding or something?
Peas pudding was in it today, yeah. Oh, peas pudding was in it today, and that was the thing that made you go, "No, I'm not taking that." So yeah, so how would you feel now? 2.5 stone off in like in 11 or 12 weeks now. I think it's 11 weeks.
Also, I've sized down.
You're down your t-shirt. Look, everybody, it's a new t-shirt. It's not a zombie t-shirt.
I'm saying my other top that I normally come in and get weighed with, I said is normally, it looks like I'm literally put someone else's t-shirt on. Yeah, it's that big. It looks like, but even like an old painting t-shirt or something, like a massive old. Really
but even this was closer, and now it's quite baggy. This is his Ant-Man t-shirt. I worked it out. Do you know you're averaging out at just under 3.5. You're at 3.4.
I said I know last week I lost £2. I said, but that was a good week. But still, with what I've been eating, it is about £3 a week. What I've been
3.4 pounds. So just under £3.5 a week you're losing, because I worked it out the other day.
Yeah.
So overall, that is phenomenal. And normally you'd do that in the first few weeks, but we're at week 11, week 12, and you're still on it.
I dropped to Aldi a couple of times this week just to pick up a few bits, like literally something for tea, I think, and a watermelon or something. And I'd probably gone round there. It took me about an hour, if that, and got home in about that. And I think about all in all about an hour, and I was home already.
Which, for those of you that haven't been following our journey from way back, for Rufus to be able to go to a supermarket and go round and do a shopping trip on his own is... this sounds so ridiculous, doesn't it? Like, oh, you can do it on your own. It sounds like, you know, like when kids go on the bus for the first time. But he really wasn't able to. He was really struggling, would have to stop and catch his breath because the long COVID has really affected you. So the fact that you're able to do that is amazing. It was
nice and cool outside, but I would still go to the shops and yet still find that I'd wear a mask and I'd still be absolutely sweating by the time I got home, but I still managed to get round the shop.
Yeah, but that's a massive improvement. Do you feel that it's a massive improvement?
Yeah, I say the only thing I don't feel is, like, say, I have so many spoons every day, and whatever ones I use for the first few hours of that day is pretty much all I'm gonna do. So if I save those spoons and I've gone to Aldi and grabbed a few bits and came home because you couldn't, that was okay. And you put the bits away when I got home, but it's kind of like I have to work out how, you know, what I want to use up that day on what. So sort of by the time the evening, me in the evening, my legs, it's like I'll go to get up and I'll stand there for a second, and it takes maybe a minute or so before my legs actually go, okay, now we're gonna walk. But like I say, once I've stopped for the day and it's the evening time, my legs are just like, they don't really want to function how I normally just, it's kind of get up, okay, I'm just going to go to the kitchen.
Yeah.
But my body, it's like my body has to go.
Delay,
yeah, there's a delay, and I have to wait a minute for my legs to go, okay, now we're going to the kitchen.
So somebody did ask us on one of the other videos that we did about the spoons, because I mentioned spoons, you mentioned spoons a bit. So spoon theory is basically the idea that for those of us that have chronic conditions, whether that be chronic pain conditions, chronic fatigue conditions, it's a way of describing to somebody who doesn't have those conditions how difficult everyday tasks can be. So the idea is that,
so
say
what if you have 10 spoons for the
well,
day?
yeah, say you start the day with 12 spoons, right? So you start the day with 12 spoons, and so somebody that doesn't have a chronic condition will say, well, and each one of those spoons is like a portion of energy that you've got. So you've only got 12 for the whole day. So somebody who hasn't got a chronic fatigue condition or chronic illness may well turn around and say, well, I get up and I go to the bathroom, have a toilet, wash my face and hands, that's probably 1 spoon. Then I get dressed and have some breakfast, that's 2 spoons. Then I'll head out to work, that's probably another spoon getting to work. Then I'm at work, I'll do a few hours till lunch, so it's probably another spoon. Then I'll have me lunch, well, that's not really a spoon. So then so normally somebody who doesn't have those conditions will end up at the end of the day with 2 or 3 spoons spare. But for us and for people with chronic long-term illnesses and chronic long-term conditions, it's like, for me sometimes getting up and going to the loo, that in itself can be a whole spoon, because it can be really, it can just zap my strength. Having a wash, and especially washing my hair, which takes, oh my God, I have to plan a whole day around that, because for me washing my hair, it isn't just a simple thing of getting in the shower and washing it. It's the 3-step program I use for my hair to keep my hair, because of the condition I have, my hair is rapidly thinning and falling out. So I use that 3-step program. Each one of that takes its time. I've got to put it on, wait for it, rinse it in, like rub it in, rinse it out afterwards. So that's, each one of those can be a whole spoon in itself. So the idea of like getting up and getting dressed, washing, loo, all of that, for somebody who doesn't have a chronic condition may take 2 spoons. For me, sometimes that might take 5 or 6 spoons, because literally it's all I can manage. And so the spoon theory is all about that, really. And it's just showing you that how normally by the end of the afternoon, I'm out of spoons and I'm having to borrow them from the next day. And this is what we've often found, isn't it? Is that if we have a day where we're active one day, the following day we can be absolutely useless, both of us. And we're relatively lucky that normally one of us still has a couple of spoons to get dinner ready or to do whatever we need to do. Normally we're not both out of spoons at the same time on the same night, because that's when it's really tough, isn't it? It's when we're both really struggling. And before we were on plan, that's when the takeaways would come in. So yeah, so that's what spoon theory is. Anyway, I weighed in today. I ate pretty much the same food as last time. Ate the same food as you.
What was your thought though before we went in and got one?
I thought I was quietly hoping I might have lost 1 or 2 pounds, but I would happily accept ½ a pound off as long as I didn't gain, because last week I came in thinking I'd done really well and I had a half a pound gain. So as long as as long as there was a minus, I didn't care what it was. And I came in today with 3.5 pounds off.
Amazing.
But it makes no sense.
Oh, no, it doesn't to you.
It makes no sense. I put a pound on last week, lost 3.5 this week. Same food, same everything.
The same meals this week. I said, apart from, was it yesterday we had the Slimwell meals last night.
Yeah, that's the only difference we have. Is literally, and again, in a second I'll put the food in that we've had, but you'll notice the only difference normally is on the Aldi meals, because you like the spicy one, the chicken sarg, and I can't have that because it's too spicy. So I have the chicken barbecue one. But because I came in with 3.5 off, it does mean I got my Stone Award, and my flimsy's already on me book. It's already on me thing. So I put mine on
even
there.
Though it's like you've gone past that already.
I've gone past the stone actually, because I took
the gains when we first came.
Because I put 6.5 on before I started. So actually, I'm probably at 1.5 stone to be fair.
Yeah.
But officially on Slimming World, this is where we're at. So I'm happy with that. I will happily take that. As I say, anything over £half off, I am more than amazed with. And I've had a really good week. Again, there's been a couple of days where I've had my Warburton soft pitter as my healthy extra B, and then I've had an extra one and I've sinned that. There's a couple of days where I've had
but you haven't used your sins for loads of other
I haven't used all my sins every day. No,
no.
I've been at around, I would guesstimate that I've been at around 8 to 10 sins every day on average. Those yogurts, the Muller Light yogurts, we found some Muller Light toffee yogurts, the little ones. Yeah, and I think they're I think they're like a sin and a half each, or a sin each or something. So I had a couple of those.
The small ones I think might be a half, but you have to just
so I think they're not a lot of sins. So I had a couple of those one day and a couple of those the next day, or a couple of days later, and I can't have a lot of dairy anyway, so that wasn't a problem. But yeah, so yeah, I've had, health wise, I've been really poorly a couple of days this week as well, haven't I? So normally if I've had a couple of bad fibro days, then that normally shows as a slight gain or really minimal loss. So I'm really happy to come in with 3.5 off.
I said you've done that. I said, and felt like
really poorly.
Had a really sort of felt like your system's not been working as it should be.
No,
and that you've not kind of been, obviously doing your regular in the bathroom every.
No. But I am,
as usual, have you?
There is something going on health-wise,
something
because I've seen a urologist and I've got to go for a camera into my bladder, and also to get my back passage all checked out, because they think there's something going on. Anyway, enough talk about all of that. Let's put in the food that we've eaten this week, because I've got to say there's been some really yummy food. So here is what we ate this week. So what was your favourite then this week? What have you really enjoyed eating this week?
I really liked it when we had the trout, because to me it's very much like it's.
You think it tastes just like salmon? I think it's got a very different flavour. I like it.
I think it's very different. Like it.
Let us know down in the comments section. What do you think, trout compared to salmon? Not like what's your favourite, but do you think they taste the same? Because I think the trout's got a very different flavour, but you think it's very similar.
It's very similar to me.
Yeah. Well, apart from the trout, salmon trout,
are different anyway,
yeah, they are,
because of COVID. And that.
What else have you really enjoyed?
Butternut squash.
Ooh.
I said we, like I say, just took all the seeds out and just literally sliced it in big, like tiny thin slices, as if you were doing crisps nearly. Yeah,
almost like thick crisps. Yeah.
And just put it in just a little bit of garlic fry light and put it in the air fry. Really nice.
That was really nice. Yeah, it's something we've had this week that I really enjoyed as well. Oh, took about 25 minutes, so I put it on for about 15 minutes, then put it back in for 10 on anyway, super hot.
We have to turn it over because there's quite a lot in there.
Yeah, and then when they crisp up, it is literally like eating crisps. It's yummy, yummy, yummy. I'll tell you what else I really enjoyed: the broccoli in the air fry as well.
Oh, yeah.
That was been really nice.
Just spray that as well with a little bit of fry light.
And what I did one day this week is I actually just opened a bag of frozen broccoli and put half of it straight in the air fry, a few squirts of fry light, a bit of salt, whacked it on, and then about 10 minutes later got me spatchybab, stirred it all around so everything was turned around, and then put it back in for another 10 minutes and then put it up to maximum heat, and it kind of crisps up, doesn't it? It's like fried. It's so delicious, and it kind of goes a little bit kind of what, a little bit, not caramelized, but not burnt, but sort of crispy. Oh, it was so delicious.
Literally as if you put it under a grill or something.
Yeah.
Just a little bit on top.
Yeah, that was really nice. And the chicken was really nice this week as well, because I put a bit of, again, garlic. We use a lot of garlic. It's a good job we're together, isn't it? Because otherwise neither of us would have any hope of ever being with anyone, because of the amount of garlic we eat. I know, right? But at least it keeps the vampires at bay.
It is, yeah.
I know, right?
I said, but well, they tend to like you, don't they?
What, the vampires or the gnats? No, the gnats.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, when was the last time a vampire got in the bedroom? It hasn't done, has it?
I've never got none of those things in the
we haven't seen a vampire an actual vampire. Like, we haven't seen one because we eat so much garlic. It's proof, you see. If you eat tons of garlic, Dracula will not appear in your bedroom, guaranteed. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. Unless it's Halloween and it's your other half dressing up with the fangs and it's... But what you do in your bedroom is up to you. We're not going to judge. We're the last people to judge.
But you have to invite them in. They can't just come in on their own.
That's true, actually, yes, that's true. Yes. When they appear outside your window, you just go, bugger off, I'm not inviting you in.
Let me in.
Yeah. Although it depends on which film you're watching. We've gone way off tangent. Oh. But anyway, as we're filming this, it will be uploaded on Friday. As you're watching this, it was yesterday. I know, right? Time travel. But we've just done a video where we are trying some different low-fat mayonnaises and some low-fat, low-sin snacks that we found in Home Bargain. So that video, as you're watching this, is already up and loaded. So make sure you check that out. Also, I've got to put the plug in here for my live stream. Every Thursday morning, 11 AM UK time, I do a coffee and a catch-up, which is just a really nice, relaxed, chatty kind of live stream. Yeah, you say that every time. Oh. I'm going to do it one day, coffee and ketchup. I'm going to put some ketchup in a coffee and do a taste test.
Oh, that'd be nice.
But come and join me for that, 11 AM UK time. I've just downloaded, I've just started using some brand new software. It looks amazing, and I've got flashy things that go across the screen and everything. I'm so excited. I know, right? I'm like a kid in a toy shop.
I just saw flashy things go across the screen then.
I know. It's really cool, though. It's really cool. So come and join me for that. And then, as I say, we will be doing more recipes, and we will be doing a live cook along with us in a little bit. It's all planned. We've just got to get to that point with both of our health being able to actually do that on a live itself. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. That really helps us out with YouTube's algorithm.
And you can always leave us a comment, like say if you've had a good week or how you've been getting on this week.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know how you've got on, because that really helps, because we are all part of this like major slimming community. So
we have good and bad weeks as well, don't
we?
We
do, and we should share that. And don't feel any judgment from anyone in the community. If you're having a bad week, just leave your comment down below, and I tell you what we'll do. For a little while after this video goes up on Saturday morning, one of us will be in the chat as well, so we'll have a little like backwards and forwards in the chat. So yeah, so this will be going up live at 11 AM, and so for at least an hour one of us will be in the chat just interacting. So if you want a little bit of support, one of us will be down there now. But also, if you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button and then click your bell icon so that YouTube notifies you each and every time we upload a video, which is about twice a week ish, something like that. And we have got some more recipes and things planned as well, so make sure you stick around for those. But for now, that is it. And as we always say, stay used, stay safe, stay authentic, and happy slimming. Bye bye.